Now, I want you guys to imagine something. Say you go to sleep, all happy in your JJK pajamas. You hold your My Hero blanket and pillow tightly while you rest to go get a great night's sleep. Then, while you're dreaming, you see it, a manga. But this isn't just any manga. It's this manga called Drama Queen. You keep reading and you're like, wait, a manga that's trying to take the perspective of a woman treated like trash day in and day out? Then you meet a character who has lost everything close to him, left with nothing. And then, when they finally fight back with pretty good motivations, even going so far as to admit that they're in the wrong for fighting back and that their ideology is wrong, what do? Well, it's funny you ask because what you do is you go on Twitter, send death threats to the mangaka, call him a racist, tell him that the fictional manga he's working on should be canceled, and that he's a clown for trying to make a story with two anti-protagonists made to be as insane and mentally messed up as their enemies. And that's how Drama Queen was created.
Drama Queen of late has been getting a lot of hate, primarily for being a racist manga, which is far from the truth. In this video we plan to show why it's not, and maybe make the people that think otherwise reconsider. Apart from that, this manga is something special. It's a story that talks about a lot of real world issues as a collective society, so let's dive into this bizarre beginning of Drama Queen and its very rocky start. Drama Queen starts by telling us the current history of Japan. 9 years ago, a meteor was set to hit Earth. Just as it was about to strike, aliens from the sky had just come in time to stop it from happening. Noma for short, tells us that as soon as this happened, aliens began to live with humans, becoming a place where humans and aliens coexist. With a bloody nose, Noma gets elbowed by an alien who blames her for falsely accusing him, while his human girlfriend apologizes on his behalf. Following this, as Noma walks past a news reporter, it's revealed that Japan has now over 17 million aliens currently living there in Japan. After this, Noma goes back to work, where she's being grilled by her alien boss. A man steps in after being shoved by the alien and insults the alien to his face, questioning his authority. We soon learn that he's called Kitami, the second main protagonist of Drama Queen. Kitami is a man that has lost everything due to aliens. One fateful day, Kitami had gone out to celebrate his little sister's acceptance into high school. A fancy car came flying down and hit their car. Due to their driver being an alien, they had gotten away with it. Upon this, Kitami had been left with nothing. His whole family was killed and now he was stuck with a job that pays nothing. But this had led him to meet Noma as they both sit on the beach, telling her about his past, and then to them both bonding about their hatred for aliens. Pretty great first chapter, right? Well, in Drama Queen, we don't end there. Noma gets fired for not doing anything, while her boss set himself on fire in front of her. Yeah, I'm not kidding, this actually happened. She soon gets a call from Kitami, asking for a favour. Being confused on how he got her address, she opens the door to his site. That puts her into shock. Kitami only a dead alien. Kitami explains the story, saying that he was elbowed by the alien, and he murdered him. With the initial dilemma, Kitami asks Noma to help, and of course she agrees. The two of them brainstorm ways to dispose of the body, but each solution leads to them being caught until Noma recalls something in her mind that she just couldn't seem to forget. When her alien boss was roasted, the smell of it, in her words, it smelled really good. And she probably thought this because most humans, after becoming this hungry, resort to things of this nature. As Noma slowly cooks the body, she takes a piece commenting about its great taste. And that's when Noma and Kitami sat there, come up with the idea. Kitami kills aliens, and Noma will eat them. And that's where the first chapter of Drama Queen ends. I think you guys can understand from me telling you the story that since the aliens' arrival, humans have been deemed as lower class and second class species in the eyes of the aliens. Pretty much the aliens are able to mistreat humans like Kitami and Noma, throw them out like trash, and ravage their lives whenever they want. Now this is where the main part of the criticism starts. Noma and Kitami are racists. As mentioned before, Noma and Kitami are seen as racist by the general scope of a lot of people that hate Drama Queen. for killing aliens and seeing them as lower class humans. With that out of the way, I would like to present something to you. There is a pretty popular character in anime called Aki. Yes, Aki from Chainsaw Man. Now we all remember Aki's introduction, but what some of us might forget is his philosophy on devils and fiends. Let me rejog your memory. In chapter 4, Aki tells Denji that devils of all kinds do not deserve sympathy, as if they were human or living. The reason for this is because his whole family was killed by devils. Now, do you see the similarities? The first most obvious similarity is just like Kitami, Aki's whole family was killed by these beings, and their goals are pretty similar. I would argue and even say Aki's attitude towards devils is way more brutal than Kitami's, as he wants to make them feel agony and pain before putting them out of their misery. The second similarity is that Aki does not know what the devils truly are. He only understands them from the pain and suffering they have inflicted onto his life. At this point in the story, he's ignorant towards devils. To make matters even worse, Kitami and Noma understand what they're doing is messed up. Aki actually understands as we progress through the story and makes a complete departure from what he truly believed in later arcs. I won't say too much, but it's clear that Aki's perspective changes, so who are we to say that the story won't develop these characters? Or maybe the story will reveal that the aliens have ulterior motives and Kitami's theory of them invading Earth is correct. Maybe there's more to this story that we just don't know yet. Maybe the story is about how one group treats another like second-class citizens. It can lead to devastating consequences by creating degenerates who are consumed by hatred and a thirst for destruction. As readers, we cannot truly understand the future, nor should we rush to call it a racist manga and get it cancelled. One last thing about Chainsaw Man is some people may say, well yes, devils are evil. And for the people who say this, how many of you truly believe this? This story literally shows devils fighting for good, and devils also being similar to humans.
Now, before we close out the video, there's something I want to ask you guys, and you can discuss this among the comments if you want to, but I do want to ask you, with the amount of controversy there has been with this manga, do you guys think Death Note would do well in this day and age? I mean, Death Note follows a main character who is a complete psychopath, he kills a bunch of people, and he has a god complex. Arguably, you could say that Light is worse than the two main characters in Drama Queen because Light believes that what he's doing is justified and that there's nothing wrong with what he's doing. At least the two main characters in Drama Queen acknowledge that they're both messed up. Kitami actually has a tragic backstory, and Noma constantly gets harassed by aliens. Light doesn't even have a tragic backstory. He's the smartest student in Japan, he's popular, and he has a loving family. Nowadays, a lot of people get mad if a fictional media doesn't align with their political beliefs and don't seem to realize that a lot of people don't really care about any of that stuff. Most people simply want to be entertained, and if they find this manga entertaining, they will continue to read it. If you think a manga is trash because it endorses something that you believe is morally wrong, then I think that's fine. I personally feel like if a manga endorses, let's say, murder, then yeah, I would consider it a trash manga, but I'm not gonna attack the author and say he needs to be put on a watch list. At the end of the day, it's just a fictional story. And plus, Drama Queen doesn't even endorse their actions to begin with. The imagery of Noma gleefully eating the alien in the first chapter looks haunting, and even she said it herself that they're messed up. What more can you ask from the author? Does the author have to explicitly spell out for the readers and say, these main characters are morally bad, you should not be supporting their actions? And also, even if this manga was endorsing the main character's actions, who cares? Sure, you can call the manga trash if that's how you personally feel about the series, but to label the mangaka as a racist and to cut ties with your friends simply because they enjoy reading this manga is kind of weird. Let's all just take a moment and be real with ourselves. They're freaking aliens. If I was a character in this universe, I would open up an all-you-can-eat alien buffet. But besides that, I seriously think if Death Note were to come out today, it would definitely be way more controversial, but what do you guys think? But yeah, peace out.